That update. Beginning tomorrow, we are going to have our series of activities regarding providing a full master plan on the Westchester County Airport. We technically are providing a supplement to a master plan report that was submitted in 2017 or completed in 2017, but we feel the need to really treat this as if this is a fully new master plan with much more robust public input, and we intend to do that beginning tomorrow with the first in our series of public forums on the horizon, and tomorrow's event will start at 6 o'clock at Pace Law School in White Plains on North Broadway, 78 North Broadway. It's at the Elizabeth Haub School of Law at Pace, and it begins at 6 o'clock. We will have some information tabletop exhibits where you can interact with people with different functions and responsibilities around the airport, and then we will have a community speak out that will begin about an hour or so into the program where individuals will be able to come and talk to the different issues of what is being dealt with in the master plan process. The last full and complete master plan that we had on Westchester County Airport goes back to 1989, over 30 years ago. This master plan, when it's completed, in final form, will be presented to the Board of Legislators. They will have public discussion and debate on it, public hearing on it, and with whatever modifications they choose to make, it'll become adapted public policy for Westchester County that will take us to the future. However many years will depend on future decision makers and how they want to reassess this. But what we're talking about at the county airport in a master plan, it's very similar to every local master plan that's been done for waterfront development and a zoning capacity anywhere across this county. We're going to be looking at the physical condition of the airport property. We're looking at the buildings and the infrastructure of those buildings. We're looking at analysis of noise impacts, of other environmental impacts. The airport sits right close to the drinking water shed at Rye Lake. It drains in part down through the Blind Brook into Long Island Sound. The environmental impacts are very important. The noise impacts are very important. We have people who live in proximity to the airport itself, or people that live under the current flight paths, and their view of the airport is shaped very much by how the airport functions with them and the neighboring impacts that it has. We're going to look at the economic impact of the airport, both the local impact and the regional impact that the airport has. That's important. And this general issue that always gets addressed of expansion. We have taken no actions to expand the airport during our tenure in office. There is a perpetual fear that almost any action you take would be interpreted as either direct expansion of the airport or some sort of subterfuge to create a development at the airport, and that is not our intent at all. In fact, we've proven by ending discussions of privatization of the airport, by modernizing our noise collection information, that we're sincere about trying to have the kind of airport that can function as a good neighbor. We spend quite a bit of money to take care of any PFAS pollutions at the airport. Nonetheless, all of these are issues on the table for which individuals will be welcome to address questions about. So all of those things will be happening beginning tomorrow night in a series of sessions. We will have the next 2 following weeks in the month of June. We'll have sessions that will follow, one at Manhattanville College in Purchase, that's fairly close to the airport, and then we'll have one the week after that at Mercy College in Dobbs Ferry, and we intend to hold a number of them in other parts of the county. We want to get up to the northern part of the county, both the northwest part of the county, the Ossining Peekskill corridor, something along the Mount Kisco to the Putnam border corridor. We want to be in Yonkers, we want to be in New Rochelle. We want to reach out to people, let them speak their minds from wherever they may be and whatever their perspective is. There's many different ways you might interact with the airport. Certainly the people living in and around the airport see it as a neighbor and sometimes as a disruptive neighbor. Those people who do not live close to the airport may use the airport either on business or pleasure. They may be having people come to visit them, or they may be going to visit people elsewhere, and for which the airport is an important lifeline. And we have to try to balance those things. We cannot be all about development or all about stopping everything that goes on at the airport. There has to be a balance, and I think all of us who are reasonable understand that balance has to be understood, discussed, debated, and then put into a format that we can follow as a matter of public policy and plan. So that is what we have on the docket for tomorrow. When we get to that moment, we'll talk about the rules for the public forum session of it. There will be some limitations on time. Speakers will have a limited amount of time to speak. As you can imagine, we want to accommodate as many speakers as attend. We will welcome written responses. People who have a long story to tell can certainly put it in writing and share that with us. And since this is an ongoing process, there'll be additional forums that we expect people to modify their time and energy and comments as we go forward. And we expect to have at least one one virtual forum for those people for whom being out in person is not an option for them, and so that we can reach them as well in the virtual platform. All of that part of our plans to work on the county airport and get a good sense, good direction for the future, know what's on the horizon, so there's no surprises and people feel very much included in the overall process.